Welcome to the channel. I'm Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. One of the things we need to be careful of in points of tension, argumentativeness, fighting, is to be very careful that you don't tell that person to go, because you just might look over your shoulder and guess what? They're gone. What you got to realize is sometimes we get a bigger perception of ourselves than what we should have. We aren't always as important to somebody as we think, and if we are and we hurt them enough, for long enough, they're going to walk away. You might have to tell them to. That ain't going to matter to them. If it's time to go, they'll go. And that might be one of your biggest regrets. See, spur of the moment actions, spur of the moment decisions are different to decisions that we make when we're worn out. If you've had the courage to bring up the issue with the person that you're in the relationship with, and they've laboured on it, they've just sat on it, they've ignored you and how you feel, there's a bigger picture going on here. There's different ways in which this can happen, but one thing is for sure, it doesn't show courage. It doesn't show devotion to the relationship. You see, we can turn up physically. Oh yeah, we can turn up physically to the relationship, but be completely emotionally void of it. And this is when we all of us, need to have the discernment to be able to tell if this person is going to fight for you, stand for you, be there for you, or whether they're just using you as a convenience to meet a desire or a need. Either way, it's your choice how you want to be treated. You can't blame the other person for the way they are. You have to have the skills that are required to be the best possible version of yourself at every twist and turn in the relationship. And that includes having discernment. We all want to love and we all want to be loved, but it don't come easy. It's not necessarily something that we earn or something we deserve. It's a gift really when you think about it. It's like the gift of God in Christ Jesus. We can't earn it. We can't work for it. We just believe. And when somebody's belief has left the heart of the relationship through stress, through a loss of tolerance, through pain or hurt, possibly through letdown, maybe even trauma, through a loss of tolerance, a lack of patience, you've just been pushed too far, you've broken. Nobody wants to be broken. Nobody wants to be harmed. That's not what a relationship's about. You see, harm's not just physical. There's harm that happens in the spiritual realm, in the emotional realm. That's why we got feelings, and our feelings are given to us in the likeness of God. If you don't believe there's a creator, then don't have feelings. because your feelings are given to you in His likeness. We're characteristically in the likeness of God. He has feelings. He felt sorrow. Jesus wept. And He cried when He was on the cross. But God had a heart to heal. Jesus went around doing good, and I've always tried to add what's good to my partners. Excitement, joy, exciting intimacy. Always been present, always been available. Always been 24/7. But that's something you need to be humble about. It's not something you boast about. It's living a life where you don't get put in a position to be left behind. It's being a representation of yourself that people want. I want that person to love me. I need that person to love me. Please, love me. But a loss of intimacy, issues unresolved, can cause people to drift away from us. Maybe another love interest. All these things that we're up against now can undermine the building, can pull the building down. But that doesn't mean we have to fall with it. I've had dozens of girls go different ways with me, and I with them. And we all knew the reasons why. And in the end, you have to stand on your own 2 feet and go, well, that was our time. And now it's time to learn from that and to grow. To become a better person. To get through the pain and realize that love isn't something you play with. It's not just something you steal from somebody. It's not just something you use and abuse. It's real and it's valuable. Sometimes the opportunities we have, we take for granted on our growth journey. And it's as we grow and learn, at the expense of others usually. Somebody pays a price for everything we learn, if not ourselves. Even though the breakup came with pain and confusion and unresolved, we look back with gratefulness for the hours we spent together and the way we held each other and the times we talked and sat together and had dinner. Just sat with our arms around each other, comforting the partner that we had, whispering in their ear, everything's all right. Life has just got a way of drifting away on us. And as it drifts, sometimes it takes the people that we're with it. And we need to understand that that's a part of the way life works. We're not culturalized to understand. Sometimes our losses are our greatest opportunities for growth. We always learn in relationships at the expense of ourselves and somebody else. And if we don't learn and if we don't grow, God watches and He sees. And we can really put ourselves in some silly positions. We're not meant to take people for granted. And we're not meant to be hostile because we're not getting our own way or trying to control. I remember in my last 2 relationships, I just broke down. I couldn't deal with the unreconcilable problems, psychological problems that were in the relationship and that were costing me time with my precious partners. I opted out. I opted out for somebody that would have the same passion and desire that I would have. And thank God, it takes courage to let someone that's valuable to you, that you love, to let them go. Sometimes you're the greatest catalyst in their life to give them an opportunity to learn. Yeah, you might crash and burn, but you'll rise again and you'll conquer. Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison. Bye for now.